Undoubtedly, Pokémon Scarlet and Violet is one of the best games on Nintendo Switch, let alone one of the best games on Nintendo Switch of 2022. But what makes the game so good? And why does it seem to have a surprising amount of hate around it? I think the best way to put it is, of course, its glaringly obvious visual issues. I mean, really, just look at this stuff.
My God, bro.
This game, by far, has the best story in a Pokemon game. From when Nemona teaches you how to catch a Lechonk, from when Arven successfully crashes you, your legendary, and the rest of your gang into the ground of Area Zero. This game, a children's game, has such a good story. In the Titan Quest, you slowly take down Titan Pokemon with Arven, learning about his tragic and lonely life. In the Starfall quest, you learn about how Team Star was first formed to prevent bullying, but Penny, the person who formed the group, tells you to take them down because their attempt had backfired and are there being the bullies. And in the Victory Road quest, the classic Pokemon quest that we all know and love, you and your rival Nemona take out 8 gyms. After or before each gym, you'll have to fight or have a conversation with Nemona. If you've already played this game, you should already know that each of these conversations are mainly just about Nemona's passion for battling. Towards the end of this quest, you have to fight Nemona several times in front of the champion, Jita. I think that's how you say the name. If not, feel free to correct me in the comments. To end this campaign, you'll have to fight the Elite Four, then the champion, then Nemona one last time. After you've completed all 3 quests, you'll be granted to explore Area Zero or the Great Crater of Paldea, depending on what you call it, with your 3 companions, Nemona, Arven, and Penny. In the Area Zero, you can catch special types of Pokemon called Paradox Pokemon, which are basically overpowered versions of normal Pokemon. And that concludes the story. Onto the gameplay. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have introduced many new gameplay mechanics to the Pokemon franchise, the 2 most significant of these mechanics being the online element of the game. In almost every Pokemon game before the Gen 9 Duo, you've been able to both trade and battle with another trainer. Gen 9 adds this feature because now you can explore the Great Paldea with your friends. You can interact with them, battle them, and of course trade with them. But the fact that you can be in the same area, the same zone with them at once is absolutely amazing. The second significant gameplay mechanic is of course the exploration. This element introduces an open world area to the Pokemon community, and yes, the levels don't scale and the game has specific paths they want you to take, but you can still choose for you and your Quaxley to get smashed by Grosha 3 hours into the game if you really want. The point I'm trying to make is that even though Nintendo did not do a good job of making this game a game where you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, you still can. While barely, you still can. Now on to the final part of this video, the execution. So, what do I mean by execution? It's quite simple really. When I say execution, I mean how did Nintendo accomplish this? How did they translate these ideas and make them reality? And sadly, they did not do this well. While having a near perfect story and even better gameplay mechanics, Nintendo, instead of doing what they usually do with their other franchises like Zelda and Mario, where the game has this polish to them that, while not needing to be perfect, can transform to game. It still needs to be there, and it still needs to be a functional and high quality. What I'm referring to is, of course, the functionality of the game, and sadly for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, this thing was far from perfect. Many would call it bad, which really, if I'm being honest, calling it bad might be an understatement, seeing how many players have lost several hours due to just lag alone. Nintendo were lazy, and it pains me to see a game that was so close to being perfect go to waste because of a simple gameplay flaw that Nintendo overlooked and forgot to double check. This brings me to the title of the video. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is a perfect example of a missed opportunity. So why is it a perfect example? Well, just take a look. Pretty bad, right? Now we're up to the conclusion. If you guys have made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out and it's gonna make my day so much better. So thank you if you did do that. Back to the video. Overall, this game is really freaking good. I enjoyed it so much. It just had some issues, that's all. I could see how to the average gamer, Scarlet and Violet is a bust, but if you're a Nintendo fanboy or girl like me, you would have probably had this in your top 10 or 20 games of the year. I'm going to give Pokemon Scarlet and Violet a 7.5 out of 10. It would be an 8 or a 9, but I'm trying to look through the average gamer's eye, not mine. Quick note, before I end the video, I'm really sorry that I haven't been keeping a consistent posting schedule. I've just struggled to find motivation to make videos, but now the school year's over, I've got a new mic, I'm ready to make content, and I want to make this content really good for you guys. I want to make it really high quality, so hopefully we can push for my goal to get 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Might be a little bit too much of an ask, but I do want it, and I'm prepared to sacrifice everything for it. And with that, I'm Sam, and I'll see you in the next one.